By Grandfather's hammer, you shall be avenged. Oh, wrong hammer. Awkward. Real cool dude. Yo! What's good, real cool people? It's your boy David, the real cool dude, coming at you with another movie review. Today we will be discussing Thor Ragnarok. This film stars Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Tessa Thompson, and Mark Ruffalo. In what has been a roller coaster of Thorness in the MCU, I think we finally found our stride. Now let's take a trip back to 2011 when the first Thor movie dropped on us. I honestly enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to. I didn't think that character or that world was going to translate well into the big screen, but director Kenneth Branagh proved me wrong. He was also a very important part in the story of the first Avengers film. It's from there that we start to lose him. Thor Dark World. But alas, with a new director and new creative team behind him, Thor returns in a mighty way with Thor Ragnarok. You see what I did with the mighty Thor? It's funny. Now, this ain't your mama's Thor. Back in the day, all the jokes used to be left for Loki, but now, Thor's got jokes for days. This movie is very much a space buddy comedy. Who are the buddies? Well, of course you got Loki, and then we have everybody's favorite broccoli-colored rage monster, the Hulk. And here's where we find some really cool character dynamics and character evolutions that we didn't have in previous films. Loki and Thor are still very much Loki and Thor, but now Thor isn't so much of a pushover when it comes to baby bro. Thor now really understands who Loki is and realizes that he's never gonna change his mischievous ways. God of mischief and all. Now, Thor and the Hulk, so much fun to watch. And not just because of the actual humor that transpires between the two. Just as Thor has grown up in his understanding of his brother, and heck, even in his understanding of himself, given that he doesn't take himself so serious and Shakespearean all the time, the Hulk has been given a chance to grow. And I mean the Hulk monster, not Bruce Banner. You get a little dose of Bruce and he's good. But as far as real development and evolution of characters go, you get to see a really cool side of the Hulk that has thus far only existed in the comic book. We clearly see from the trailers that the Hulk has matured and developed to the point of having actual full-length conversations with the whole Hulk and Thor like fire, but Hulk like raging fire and Thor like smoldering fire. Like, it was really cool to see this side of him, and though he has grown, and I don't mean just like grown, like he's grown as an individual, he still maintains this very childlike innocence that, I mean, when he has his mush moments, the whole crowd, there was an audible, oh, everybody was eating it up. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, very cool character. She gives it a very Han Solo portrayal, and I love that her character is given one of the most metal and gorgeous sequences in the entire film. Look guys, Valkyrie, she's tough, she's chocolate, and she's a badass. What more do you want? Cate Blanchett as the goddess of death, Hela. Yo, she went to the School of Tyra Banks for this role, and you think I'm playing, but every time you get a wide shot of her walking to camera, she's doing this hip thing. Seriously, guys, it looked like she was walking on the runway of a fashion show. Ooh, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Aaliyah's walk in Queen of the Damned. How she had that extra sway thing going on, and her actual delivery of lines felt very much like how she did as Galadriel in Lord of the Rings, but it was like Galadriel with more energy, like if she had been given like an elvish Red Bull or something like that. I don't know. But despite the walking shenanigans, still did seem like a very formidable opponent. I mean, it's kind of a big deal to be a god, and she held her own next to Thor, Loki, and Odin. Now, the one who steals the show with every single second of screen time he's given, the one, the only, Jeff Goldblum. I mean, OMG, to quote Hal Rudnick, he is at the height of his powers in this film. You know, it's kind of like having Samuel L. Jackson in a movie these days. You expect him to be Samuel L. Jackson. In this movie, Jeff Goldblum gives us all of his best Goldblumisms. And it really works as an advantage to this character in the film. He'll do something really creepy and almost kind of evil to someone, and because of his Goldblum charm, he adds this innocence and likability to this very not cool person. I mean, you gotta see it. He's amazing. As much as I've gushed about this movie, is it perfect? No. Unfortunately, it falls into another very formulaic Marvel film. Good guys are good to start. Bad guy shows up and kills a bunch of people. Oh my gosh, the good guys are now disabled in some kind of way, and now they gotta find a way back to where they started to get to the villain. And of course, the villain has some kind of mindless drone army as well, so that they can be very expendable and not make audiences go, oh my gosh, it's so violent. And heck, I mean, there were some times where even the costumes looked a little too costumey. And the set design, there were some sets that felt very much like a set. It didn't feel very organic. And perhaps that was because of the color palette. In a lot of sequences, it's great, it's gorgeous, it's vibrant, but in some cases, it really kind of makes things feel fake. Speaking of fake, there's a high percentage of this film where the Hulk looks like a big CG creature. Now, granted, it's saved a lot because the Hulk is so damn likable. But again, it looks like a giant CG monster. Overall, the pros definitely knock the teeth out of the cons of this movie. It is so much fun and definitely one of the most metal Marvel movies ever made. I honestly kept getting the vibe like this was a modern Flash Gordon. Flash! This is very much the movie that I wanted Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 to be. I am positive that you, the real cool people, are going to definitely enjoy this film and probably rank it pretty high in your list of Marvel favorites. And that's my time, people. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit that like button. And of course, if you like all the chocolatey goodness, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Please be sure to follow me on social media. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at ReelCoolDude, REEL Cool Dude. Y'all know the deal. You guys are forever awesome. Thanks for watching. It's your boy David, the Real Cool Dude. Keep it real.